still on the road, so we expect them to come out with energy, but I like the way we've been playing, so we're going to try to keep it up.
Thanks for your time. Good luck in the second half. Ian, back to you.
All right, Cassidy, Anthony Edwards, the miss from long range. De'Aaron Fox is out there. It was a right ankle issue. Victor Wembanyama.
Because he can't make the three, but because they didn't do anything to attack Minnesota's defense first.
Hard drive, McDaniels, no. Gobert, 1983, they put up 82 against Denver. That was a different era with different scoring numbers.
I wasn't even alive in 1983.
Let me do the math. The cell, swing. The jumper goes, it's silky.
For San Antonio are outstanding.
McDaniels gets around Wembanyama. Ball is hopping. Randall to the corner. McDaniels, baseline, left hand, it goes. That was creative.
First bucket of the night.
He is 1 of 7 from the field. Castle flips it up, draws the foul.
I mean, you just see it in teams, the way they attack when Wembanyama's in.
Rebounds, 2 blocks. 79-63. Shannon getting the nod here.
Shannon was good in the first half. This guy can attack the basket as he does there.
Gobert, denied by short. Rebounded by Randall. Trying to push the pace. Edwards trailing. They'll find him. Edwards, push shot. No. Gathered by Wembanyama.
And why that tough push shot? Because Victor Wembanyama lurks at the rim.
And Wembanyama attempted 17 more shots than San Antonio, yet the Spurs have made 3 more. Kick it out. Shannon, in and out on a 3.
Yeah, look, you're trying to come back. You get a wide open 3, you're going to have to make it.
Castle the spin, and he draws the foul. Stephon Castle, 21 points, 73% shooter. Covington, Georgia native. National championship at UConn. Was the Big East Freshman of the Year, then the NBA Rookie of the Year. A lot of accolade.
A great player, and his shooting's improved, which was the only weakness really that he had coming into the league.
Dosunmu had to loop it up high.
You just got a bucket at the rim, and then you come right back and just give it to him in transition.
Reed, hard drive. Kick it out, Dosunmu. Fling it for Randall. 10 to shoot. Extra. Shannon fakes out Wemby and slams it.
And please start protecting the paint if you're the Timberwolves.
84-67. San Antonio, 8.5 to go in the third quarter of Game 6. Spurs lead 3 games to 2. Fox, the off-balance delivery. Gobert on the bench for the Timberwolves. Reed, fend off on Castle. Drive it, kick it, extra. Randall, he's been searching, and it's short.
Great tonight, 0 for 2 from 3. Under 20% on threes in this series.
Vassell, no. And the rebound to Shannon. 19-point game. Reed. One and done.
It's the San Antonio defense that, for all intents and purposes, takes the paint away.
Quick move, Wembanyama, no. Harper just checked into the game with the rebound. Clear it, Harper with 8 to shoot. Loop it, catch made. And it's for Victor Wembanyama. Upcoming national TV schedule, the latest info. 16 points. And tack on another. 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Carter Bryant back in for the Spurs. McDaniels will line it up and knock it down for 3.
Edwards is going to see double teams.
Vassell.
Pass against the zone. You got to be able to cover the first pass.
Shannon anticipating the contact. He lays it in.
Well, and Shannon had worked his way into the rotation this year. Then he had the injury. Then hadn't gotten back into the rotation until 4th made 3 tonight. 4 for 4 from 3. If he's going to make threes, indefensible.
McDaniels for 2 and 1. Ejected. They have 11 three-pointers tonight, and we still have 6:17 to go in the third. Castle defended by Reed. Castle, he bounced it off of Reed's foot. Minnesota is running. Edwards, hard drive, couldn't finish it. Cornette there.
I understand the frustration, but now he's got to get back into play and play. Udonis Haslem talked about it before the game. San Antonio's the team with less experience. They've been the more poised.
28 points. And that ball, Castle, kick. Castle. He's human. And it's going to go.
No, actually, he told me, interesting enough, that he actually likes coming off the bench. He says he's embraced being that energy guy, making his impact the moment he steps on the floor. And one of those reasons is that he's spending a lot of time with a guy nobly. And he's just said that Manu is someone who tells you what you need to hear and shares perspective from his own experience. And clearly Manu is also watching closely as he loved his coast-to-coast dunk in Game 5, guys.
Cornette with a follow. Oh, did you?
Yes, absolutely hated him.
You don't mean personally.
I don't even know him personally. It's just, he made life very tough on me when I was trying to coach against him.
Cornette starting to pull away again. 99-76. McDaniels missed on the jam. Harper, give it up for Fox. Contact. Fox left alone. And Fox hits. And the lead has ballooned. 26. McDaniels. Short one. No, nothing going down right now for the Timberwolves. Keeping the pressure on. Cornette hits the deck. What a finish. Talked about the blocks. Lower for Minnesota in the postseason. Higher for San Antonio.
Third quarter, and give San Antonio credit. Anthony Edwards started to heat it up. He was trying to take over the game, and they went right back to double teaming him. Miss. And you look at San Antonio now, trying to face guard Edwards all the way away from the basket. Double teaming here.
McDaniels hangs, couldn't finish it. Cornette 41-20 in favor of the Spurs. Fox, lefty against lefty with Conley. Fox, the back end. The turn. Off the rim. Edwards head on a swivel. Makes his move on Harper. Gives it up. McDaniels 3. Bullseye. McDaniels has 11 in the third quarter. 13 overall. Harper. Drive and kick. Bryant. Swing Vassell. Put it behind his back. Conley got a piece. Shot clock winding down. Vassell rimming out. 4-point lead for the Spurs. Edwards jumper. It's off.
Great screen by Rudy Gobert.
Bryant. Pass to the outside. Vassell doesn't go. Reed will bring it across. Swing. McDaniels. Inside. Gobert. Doesn't get the roll.
Gobert has
roll.
No. Explosive, strong.
Edwards jumper. It's good. It's a 3.
First bucket, though. 3. And these guys are kicking our butts foul.
Dylan Harper shot it at 76% of the free throw line in his rookie season. Second overall pick in the draft from Rutgers.
What he has to do on this team. Sets great screens and rolls. Protects the rim, rebounder, doesn't make very many mistakes.
Edwards floats it up. Off the mark, but a foul. By far the most for the Timberwolves tonight. Coming up on this, the WNBA on Prime, Thursday, 7:30 Eastern.
Daughter Allie and her husband who are season ticket holders.
Well, thank you for updating us on your schedule.
Yeah, I'll have more of my schedule later. But
clearly
that one was relevant.
what America wants.
Yes. Oh, no, they do. I constantly get asked about it by viewers. Should I give out my phone number?
Yeah, do it. Sure. Let's get that going. 38 seconds left here in the third. Edwards off balance. Wemben. 110-84 Spurs. They've outscored Minnesota 36-23 in the third. Castle, they'll line it up. Wembanyama couldn't grab it. Slapped out of there. Dosunmu trying to trap.
You defend regardless of the score.
Edwards, the hoist, and misses it. Doing what they did against Orlando in the first round.
Yeah, that is the fourth game in these, fourth elimination game in these playoffs that the Pistons have won. 2 of them. Game 6 is on.
Harper with the spin and the touch. Dosunmu trying to take.
They are going to be in the gaps. It's going to be much, much harder into the paint like they have in this series.
Personal foul on Champagnie. Second free throw for Dosunmu. 15 of 24, that's 75%. 8 of 10 from three-point territory. Then they roll Harper in there. He's 6 of 7 from the field with 15 points. The veteran, Harrison Barnes, and he's...
And like Cornette, one of 2 guys on this young, inexperienced San Antonio team who has played in a lot of playoffs. Oh, absolutely. He started 52 games for him. It really takes, again, going back, he's a high-character guy and can handle that change. But it is still a courageous move by Mitch Johnson. It's not as if the change to Barnes. And now, Carter Bryant, for all intents and purposes, finally making his first appearance here in the fourth quarter.
Dosunmu, it's goaltending.
Because that's the way San Antonio wants to play, to take advantage of their athleticism and their depth. And for Minnesota, they want to play fast to try to take Wembanyama's defensive ability out of the game. It's not just one way. This is not a one-man team.
Dosunmu, ball fake, missed the layup, so the other way. Champagnie, give it up. Wembanyama, roll it down. Is the largest lead of the night. San Antonio pulling a 120-90 Spurs. Shannon gets inside for the deuce.
To get to the rim, he's got to become a more consistent shooter, but he can get to the rim.
Castle, short, grabs the rebound. Barnes can't hit the three.
Please, most everybody else in the league.
Shannon stops on a dime, cut by Dosunmu, and it was blocked. A rejection for Luke Cornette. Champagnie, count it, a three.
And again, that one blocks.
So that's 11 blocks compared to 1 for the Timberwolves. Left-handed layup doesn't go for Edwards. San Antonio continues to apply pressure. Barnes, extra, Champagnie, book it, a three.
Tonight.
They are 17 of 35. That's 49% for the #2 seed in the Western Conference. 8:19 to go. Shannon, bottom.
Look, isn't it that Chris Finch and his staff have developed in him?
And Castle gets to San Antonio's night. You don't want to see.
No, clearly that's just not part of my makeup.
Beringer is in across the board for both teams. Clark, Anderson, Phillips, and Highland, all for Minnesota. Also into the game is Jordan McLaughlin. Olynyk. Barnes remains in there along with Cornette. Kyle Anderson still have 7:18 to play here in the fourth quarter. Lopsided game 6 in favor of the San Antonio Spurs. Olynyk misses on a 3-ball. Jalen Clark. Anderson over to Bones Highland. He's never shy and he misses. So the Spurs are going to wrap up this series in 6 games on the road here at the Target Center. Minnesota season is going to come to a close. The 6th seed in the Western Conference. They 6 games in the opening round.
Which was phenomenal, by the way. For them to win against a very talented Denver team, a very talented and experienced
Enzo for a large chunk of the season.
No, quite possibly the entire season.
Possibly.
And they've really only got 7 guys, and that's counting Terrence Shannon, whose experience is limited. Look, Spolstra in Miami, that their talent gets overrated, their talent and their depth. You can't contend like that. They need more talent on this basketball team. They've got a great coach, they've got a good core, but and Mason Plumlee is probably going to come in for Harrison Barnes, and the Spurs are going to go to their 3 center line.
It's the big bench lineup for the Spurs. Waters peeks at the clock, 5 to shoot. Just over 5 minutes to play. Olynyk will fire off by Clark. Clark to drive. Biyombo with. So Jalen Clark, the UCLA product, will head to the free throw line. Get to the Western Conference Finals for the 3rd straight year. Lost to Oklahoma City. When we asked Chris Finch about his squad, no panic. They've faced these situations before, but the difference this time around, team that is locked in to who they are, what their identity is. Olynyk bangs in a triple.
Yeah, look, it's just the difference in talent is what it was. I mean, this Spurs team is outstanding, and they're not only really about that upcoming second round, it's going to be iconic, and it could be what we see over the next half-dozen years in this league. These 2 teams battling it out. San Antonio won 4 out of the 5 meetings during the year. NBA Cup, where Oklahoma City came in with a 16-game winning streak and a 24-1 record, and then San Antonio beat them for the first time after they had won 16 in a row. City got a win in January, and then San Antonio set a lot of their guys in the February game, so essentially these teams haven't really met in 4 months.
Back in by Biyombo, had the Rick. They were really the only ones this year to be the Thunder Whisperers.
They really were. I mean, that team, as Biyombo blocks, and Oklahoma City normally gave up, and the biggest reason, Oklahoma City relies on creating turnovers. They were 2nd in the league in steals, 2nd in the league in turnovers forced, 1st in points off a turnover in San Antonio. San Antonio was able to take care of the ball against them, and if that happens, then City was 2 years ago. You know, they were the #1 seed actually at the time, but now Oklahoma City's the experienced team. And can this young team over the hump in the Western Conference Finals?
But there's no doubt this is ahead of schedule for San Antonio.
I honestly, going into the season, and I think if you could get them to be real honest, the San Antonio people would tell you the same thing into the play-in, and that would be a good season, a good step for them, having been under 500 last year. This is way ahead of schedule, but